I saw a video of a black woman saying that she's going to refer to you as the pronouns that you were born with, not what you say and not what you request to be used. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to use this video to explain why it doesn't make sense. Um, well, one, nobody's born with a pronoun. It's a social construct. But anyway, let's move past that. It doesn't make sense for a black woman specifically to have that stance because a lot of times black women are on the receiving end of transphobia. If you do not understand, I will explain that. Transphobia is a white supremacist tool. It's an extension of white supremacy because at the end of the day, what is deemed feminine, especially in Western society and in a white supremacist society, is a white woman. The furthest thing from a white woman is a black woman, which means that a black woman will experience transphobia because her features are polar opposites to a white woman and therefore can be masculinized. Okay, so because they can be masculinized, a black woman will experience transphobia. There are plenty of cases of black women being accused of being a man when they are a natural born woman. Michelle Obama, Megan Thee Stallion, Serena Williams, Wendy Williams, Ciara, all women, all black women who look different but have all been accused of being a man. These women are experiencing transphobia. For years, Ciara got accused of having a penis. And this woman has had like, what, 4 kids? And then the other thing is that doesn't make sense is using her logic. A lot of times people are so far along in their transition that you don't even know what they were born as. You can't tell that they are trans. Some people you absolutely cannot tell. And some people may have stronger masculine features. This can double back on a black woman so fast. Somebody can look at a black woman, her skin is too dark, or her cheekbones are too defined, or she has a strong jawline, she may be a little too muscular, whatever it may be. They may look at that black woman and say, what the hell are you doing going in that woman's bathroom? And she has now been a victim of transphobia. It doesn't make sense for black people to get on the internet and align themselves with anything this administration is saying. Currently, this administration is trying to round up trans people. So it doesn't make sense for black people to get on here and spout transphobic rhetoric because you will be the next ones in line. It never fails. Every time people get on this app, especially I'm talking to my community, whenever we get on here and we like to say that this ain't got nothing to do with us, it ends up being us next. It literally always happens. When we said that when it came to ICE, they had nothing to do with us, then you look at what happened in Chicago. What happened in Chicago, they went into an apartment building, they rounded up all the black people, had them sitting out in the cold. We said that didn't have nothing to do with us. When they said that they are eating the dogs and they're eating the cats, a lot of black people got their ass up on this app and were dancing to their song. The song came from a racist white South African man. And the song was used to target Haitian people. It never makes sense for somebody to align themselves with conservative talking points because conservative talking points has never benefited a minority. It never has and it never will. So the other thing about that, wait a minute. The average life expectancy, because I know a lot of people like to say that trans people are going to be replacing them. The average life expectancy for a trans person is 35 years. How can somebody replace you if they only live to 35 years on average? How is that going to happen? There has never been a successful uterus transplant. How can that happen? How can they replace you? It's never been a successful uterus transplant in human history. How are they going to replace you? You stray away from looking these things up because it would crumble your logic. It will crumble your reasoning for being upset. A trans person has nothing to do with the raise in gas prices, the raise in your bills, in your insurance, in your rent, none of it. Most of the time, none of you actually know trans people in real life. The only time that you think about trans people is when you're coming up with something, you're using your imagination to be angry with trans people who have done nothing to you. You're using your imagination to be angry. This is what I deal with my imagination. I did this. That's what I do with my imagination. Instead of coming up with weird scenarios to be angry and to make myself upset, that is what y'all are doing. The rhetoric starts to crumble as soon as you start to pick it apart. The logic crumbles when you start to pick it apart. As soon as you start asking questions, it falls apart because it never made sense. Y'all are just angry at somebody, and you're angry at somebody and spouting white supremacist talking points because of white supremacy. Anyway, And this is the last thing that I want to say because this is extremely important. I really do not like when black people try to pretend like they don't know how to use they, them pronouns when we use it so much that it has been incorporated into Ebonics. They, them has been incorporated, especially them, has been incorporated into Ebonics so much that it is apostrophe EM. It is something that we use. It is NEM whenever we use it. Whenever we say Keisha now. Don't act like you have never referred to one, especially parents. Don't act like you have never referred to your singular child as them or they. They call themselves having a little girlfriend now. You're talking about your son, one person. Oh, now they want to go out. You're talking about your daughter, one person. White supremacist talking points do not benefit minorities at all.